Hey everyone, this is Liz, and this is Super Dungeon Maker. We've got a huge update with new themes, enemies, puzzle mechanics, pets and more. And I decided to record a little video on how to implement those new features. So let's just jump right into it. This is the lava theme, which is pretty amazing. And I'm walking around with my knight character skin, which is really cute, axe wielding, as you can see. And I've got a little burb as a pet, running behind me. It's a emotional support pet in case the dungeon is too difficult. And I decided to create a dungeon that has options for the player, especially because of the new updates we've got. We have more options to actually give to the player. So what I actually mean with this, one of the biggest changes we've made is, if I go to a different floor, for example, we can put the golden egg on different floor now, which is really huge because it's an item now and we can add as many golden eggs as we want to. This is really great because we are not longer forced to use only the egg on floor 1F, but you can now really create a huge tower if you want to, and the golden egg, which is the thing you have to collect to finish a dungeon, can be on 4F, for example, or down in the basement, or as you can see, we can have multiple endings, and this is a dungeon that is exactly supposed to do that. Multiple endings for your character. In this case, if you choose to go down this stairwell and you get here in basement 1, you can already see the golden egg, but you can't reach it because you need to break through the wall behind there, and you have a huge dungeon that you need to get across in various ways. And if you decide to not go down this stairwell, but to the left, then there's another dungeon awaiting for you. Now, how do you make the choice? I decided to allow the player to either jump over the gap with a feather or to bomb the blocks on the left side to enter this path. So basically 2 choices. And I also decided to let's say restrict the player to one of both choices, so they have to replay the dungeon if they want to see the other ending. So this is the entrance area where I'm running around with my burb, and how I decided to do this is in 2 ways. First of all, you need to open the entrance to the main dungeon, and you need to hit the lever on the right to open the door. So but how do you get to the door? And as some of you may have noticed, normally I'd put a torch or something like that here, and the character would need to have a hook to cross this gap of more than 2 places, more than 2 tiles. But we've got a new mechanic in the lava theme, and this is why I set it up like that, and I have to add the ice blocks, because ice blocks now have a second purpose. Not only can you push them around and they stay on triggers, they can also be used to cross gaps on the lava theme, and this is working right like this. I'm just setting up like this, and you'll know what to do any moment now. And to actually get the player to this spot, it's blocked at the moment, I set the triggers up so he needs to press the round trigger on the top left, and he needs to get the statue and put it up there, but he needs to open the key block first. So let's just give the vendor, the vendor plant in this case, a key, and then we are going to rob him, which is great. So let's just put the statue out of the way for now. Then we are going to rob the vendor. Sorry, get the key. Open this option and just push the statue up here. Now the ice blocks appear and are actually usable, and see what happens. We can push the ice block to the right side and then create a path for our own. 3 tiles wide. And so we can basically build our bridge up here and open the dungeon, open the entrance to the main dungeon, which is great. So, okay, let's head into that area. And as planned, you could jump across with the feather, yeah, that you've seen earlier at the vendor, or bomb on the left side, as said. So, I can't remember why I did this. Probably just to hit the button, and I think I removed the trigger. There are still many options there. I've got anything there. Okay, there. Stop playing. Start creating. We add something more, and we definitely have something great to add. Some of you might have noticed, while I was just fiddling around with the game, that on the top left corner there's a golden corn. And the golden corn is something like a collectible. And it's not just only a collectible, so you can put corn basically into bushes, for example, or into chests. Kind of like this. But they also have a secondary purpose. So now not only keys open doors, key doors or key blocks, but also corns open corn blocks or corn doors. And you always need 10. So it might take you quite a while to collect 10 corn, so you can open the corn door or the corn block. And in this case, I'm going to allow the player to collect all of the corn here, so that if you're running around and collecting the corn, give it to me. It's so nice. I like how it looks. So let's do it like this, like this, like this. And I've got 10 corn. You can see it on the left side. There it is. And then I can decide which item to buy, basically, from the vendor. As intended. So this is kind of great already. So we've got the new corn, we've got the golden egg that allows us to do multiple paths if we choose to do so. We have the ice block puzzle mechanic that we can use to allow the character in this case to enter the dungeon in a different way. And as you have seen, you can basically stack the ice blocks. So I can't wait to see what your guys coming up with. This is going to be pretty epic. But it's definitely not all. Not only do we run around with the pets and the corn dogs and corn dogs, corn blocks and corn coins, we also have a different theme that we can just swap to. The good thing about Super Dungeon Maker is that you can just swap themes at any time during your development of your dungeon. It's not recommended to do that at the very end, because some of the items that you can place have different heights. So you have to be careful when placing certain items, and then later in the decision process swap to a different theme. But especially early on, you can easily swap the theme. So now let's just move me to the side, and you can see on the left side we've got plenty of themes now. It's kind of amazing. You can just swap to an old theme if you want to, and everything swaps around. Obviously, some mechanics don't work on other themes, because every theme that we have in the game has one special tile with one special way of creating the dungeon or adding a unique spin to the dungeon. Let's put it like that. So in this case, for example, we've got how is it called? Quicksand. Kind of nice. It's kind of fun. So you can hide, for example, stuff one level below quicksand. So this is kind of interesting. But not only that, but we've got plenty of new themes. In one of the recent updates, we got the film theme, so the movie theme. So you've got on air, lights and cameras and all of this fun stuff. Or we had the pretty spacey So Many Me theme, which is great because you've got like toxic clouds. It's kind of wild, and it definitely looks super interesting. But in this update, We also got the tomb theme, and the tomb theme is special as well. Not only does it look really fun and really great, I love the look of the tombs and all of the scary parts. We've got even really fun mechanic with the tomb scene. So it's the cobwebs, and the cobwebs, you can jump around on the cobwebs, and the jumping around on the cobwebs allows you to use different puzzle mechanic, because now you have exactly one jump, you can jump over one tile, so you can do paths that are just one direction, basically, and especially you can allow players to use that even though they don't own the feather yet. So this is really exciting. But not only that, for the tomb theme especially, I think some of the new enemies really fit well. So now you're thinking about, wait, what, new enemies? Yes, of course, new enemies. As you might have seen, one of the Revenant chicken are already roaming around in the top. That's an enemy that you can break down and basically, well, let's just encounter him. Let's just do it like that. I need to use this again, just to die. Sorry, mate. But just how it goes. And then I'm going to put you here and there, and you up there. And I just remember that we changed the theme, so I don't need the ice blocks at that point in time. So, we need the bomb for the Revenant. And we need to access that area like this. And we can bomb our way to the left, and we can just hit him several times. And he crumbles, but you can't hit him again until he wakes up again. But you can definitely finish him if you just put a bomb right next to him after he crumbles, and then he vanishes, and in this case opens the door, which is really great. So, but that's not the only new enemy type that we have. Let's just, just for the fun of it, swap back to the other theme, and I'm going to swap cameras again. Now, we've got, for example, this new enemy that you might have not seen yet. It's a flaming skull, and it looks scary, and it fits perfectly to the new lava theme. 3 hits and he's dead. This is quite a simple enemy. It's just roaming around and basically just bouncing around like a DVD logo. But he can float over lava, which is great. You can't place him on lava, but you can float over lava, so just make use of that. And not only that, but we also got a new type of bee. And unlike the flaming lava skulls, those are up to something. They're kind of annoying because they're following you around. It's just 2 hits and they're dead, but that's really that I can really imagine a dungeon where they are just not constantly following you around, but where you get swarmed, for example. I could imagine a dungeon like that. Okay, but not. Let's just not focus on some new enemies. Let's just use this to create a new room with some new enemies. Let's just swap back to the tomb theme, just for the sake of it. I'm going to get rid of those flaming skulls because I don't think that they fit well. We're going to remove all of these elements as well because I don't think I want to have this puzzle like this. Instead, I want to make use of the jumping, the jumping cobwebs. I'm sorry that I have to clear my throat every now and then. I'm just a little bit ill at the moment, but it's not a big problem. Okay, let's look. Let's do it like this. This looks great. So you could now have, for example, something like this. And if you want to cross to the right, we have to time our jumps to open the door. Oh, okay, come on. Yes, now I did it. And we crossed the gap, which is great. This actually feels great and looks kinda fun. As well as we don't need the feather then, because we could, for example, just change this up here. So we can just jump over this without the use of the feather, which is kind of great. Let's add an element as well. Let's add this block. Could just block this path, for example, kind of like this. So if you put the statue on top of the round trigger, the block, oh no, it's the wrong one. The block disappears. Let's add this block here. So you can only enter this if you remove the block. So you need to put the statue over there. And I've got a trigger here as well. Why did I do that? Probably because I already played around in this dungeon. Well, we'll make use of it. Okay, so I have something in mind. So we change things around. We remove the feather and we use the hook instead. And let's just, for now, change something else as well. So we've got, let's take some of the corns, put them there. So you actually need to go around to collect the corn. And make use of this area as well. Okay, this looks kind of great. You could then choose either the bomb or the hook. You know what to do when you go over there. But what we could also do is, let's say not limit, but change a bit the way the player actually goes on with this. Okay, so let's say we make this purchasable, but just later. You need to get 10 corn to get the bomb, but you can't do that right away. Let's just switch it up. And I'd say let's do it like this. We remove this block. Zip. And we can only remove this block if we... I'll just do it like this. And then add a door that you need to go through. That's like a crack. It's hard to see, but it's difficult to see, but it's still there. And put a lever there. So only if you trigger this lever, we're able to bum 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 bum. If this lever is triggered, this block will disappear. So now this is in theory this is a great idea, but let's do some sort of visual indicator. I'm going to use the candles instead to block this, and then we're also, as a visual reminder, use candles here as well, 3 of these. So basically you get the info, okay, if I turn this candle lever, the other candle is going to disappear as well. And as well, because we are going to do this here as well. So we make these disappear as well. So if your character would be here and hits the lever, you see that the candles disappear. So as part of a puzzle. And to make this accessible from the other side, let's do it kind of like this. Let's just open the tomb here and we've got a path here. So this is great. So we need to bomb this, for example. So, but how can we bomb this? Let's do this differently. Let's do it like this, and let's just say we've got our bomb. A bomb kind of like here. This looks great. Yes, that's an option. That's an option. Okay, and to not trap the player, we're going to change something here. We're going to stop the player from crossing the gap. So if I try to cross the gap now, I'm just going to die because everything is blocked. So put it like this. That would be an alternative if we were going to with the tomb theme, for example. So if I enter this room, I can't jump across, but I don't need a feather to jump across later. I need to bomb those things first and then put the statue on this button to remove those. But I can only access the left side when I've got the bomb. So I need to go to the right side. And to the right side I can actually bomb this area. So now, why do I need to hook? I need to hook to cross this area when I change it up to be kind of like this. So this looks better. Let's do it kind of like this. Maybe some cobwebs just for decoration purposes. Okay, this looks actually kind of great. And then we also add some enemies to the scene. So let's do the homing bees. They are home flies, sorry. Pardon me. So we've got the home flies, we're going to add those here as well, and we could add the project slime instead. This is going to be really a fun enemy because he has projectiles, and we'll add the other ones just as a contrast here as well. Then we've got an area as we set it up on the right side. Let's just do it a bit more interesting in terms of shape. So kind of like this, kind of like this, and I'm going to later look how we spruce things up. But we could put some extra enemies here, but let's make them surprise the character with an area that allows the enemies to appear. So those enemies will be, oh, see. Okay, this is great. We need to be careful because the rooms need to be separated or else the triggers won't really connect. Okay, and we add the new type of enemy we also got. We've got a new enemy. It's the Shield Forker. And the Shield Forker, you need to be really careful when you try to fight those. But let's just make it more interesting and add even more enemies to the whole scene. Let's add those as well, and those are Hoo-Hoos. Hoo-Hoos is also a new type of enemy, and they are a perfect fit for the tomb theme. So let's just give it a go and try to play through. We're going to start here. Those slimes are not a big problem, but those on top are definitely more interesting. The project slime, for example, is... Oh, what is happening? The Hoo-Hoos are coming. The Hoo-Hoos, well, let's say, I think you know the inspiration. At least if you've been used to playing Nintendo games before. And these are kind of great. They follow you around. They even cross every kind of obstacles. And you can't kill them if you look at them. Because as soon as you look at them, they hide. They're invincible. They don't move towards you, but they're also invincible. Now, look at how shy they look. That's kind of nice. But there's a trick to it. You can hit them with a charged attack, because if you look to the other way, they don't know that you're prepared, which is really great. Okay, so we collected 8 coins already. Then we need the other coins that we've hidden somewhere here. Okay, yeah, I remembered that correctly. Then let's just get over there, open the door. Great. This is great. I think I put a heart down here. Yes, I did. Then let's open the... Now you're gone. Oh, no, that's great. So let's take the statue to the right. Get the key. Oh, I don't need a statue. Right. I haven't thought about something new for the statue, but I paid my corn for the hook. Let's just jump around. The home flyers, they can't get to me. Okay, then I need to move the statue from the right side to the left. Come on, let's go. Come on up there. We can trigger the bomb from afar. Let's just hook ourselves over there. Oh no, it's new enemies! And the new enemies are really, really tough. Why are they tough? Well, let's just... it's easier to see from below. You see, they've got a shield now. Which is kinda mean, because if they have a shield, you can just try to hit them as much as you want to. They just block your... they just block your strikes. But, as you might have seen, just to show it to you again, if you've got the hook, you are prepared. So now I'm just taking your shield, and I'm just taking your shield, and now you're just blue focus, and now I can manage to kill them easily, which is great. Okay, so, and to finish this part of the dungeon, I would just decide to add some decoration every here and there. This is really quickly done. Let's add a fire pit here. Let's add some lights above the water. Some of you might be screaming now, because you can add lights above water now, and also above pits. And let's just remove one of those, and just let's take a look. Do we have some other enemy that I'd like to add here? Let's just add a trap. Let's just make the fight even more annoying. That's always a good thing. Okay, and let's just prevent the character from moving the barrel. And then if you bomb the barrel, you get access to the lever. If you hit the lever, you get access to the bomb to purchase. But we also lack the 10 corn to actually buy the bombs. So we need to hide some corn again, just for the fun of it. Let's hide some corn here, there. Let's put one in the pot. Let's put a corn here, there, and let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now let's put one here. And now we're basically prepared. So this is how you could do a tomb themed dungeon. At least parts of it. You see, the possibilities for puzzles are kind of endless now. I really love the addition of the collectible coins because you can strew them everywhere. Now bushes are way more interesting to hit because it's not only life or keys that are hidden. So now it's 3 different things, and this is really amazing. To be honest, we could change doors, for example, to put the corn door there instead. So you need to find 10 to open this door instead, which is also a great idea. So that would be a fun addition to the dungeon, for example. And also, as said, the whole new slew of new enemies is it's just great. Fighting the boos while fighting someone else, you need to be careful now. You have got plenty of new tricks up your sleeve to make your dungeon way more difficult for your friends to play through. So I would say you definitely need to try it out, and I hope you enjoyed this short view on the new features. I hope you're happy with the additions that we recently made to the game, and I'm really excited to see what you guys are coming up with. So that's it. Bye. Have a nice night.